Okay, so I'm very sorry. I apparently stopped the video and didn't do depreciation. So let's quickly do the depreciation. Easy as this. In the income statement, I will put depreciation and I will just add the 2, so it's 29.9. In the balance sheet face, I'm going to subtract 29.9 to get the carry value here. Okay, sorry, thank you. So now I see, if it's not posted, the gross salary and the contributions goes to the income statement. Okay, so if I go to the income statement, I see the gross is 20. Now, remember, there's different options. With the contributions, I can, number one, either show it with the salary and wages, I can show it separately as contributions, or I can show it separately as a total contribution. In this case, they gave me, if I look at my income statement, they gave me the contributions separately. So I need to treat them separately. So now let's quickly go look. They say here, medical aid deduction. So that is not a contribution. That is a note. So I'm going to add it here. Right? Pension fund deduction. Payee. Pension fund. It's there, sorry. Payee is your SARS. UIF, which isn't here. Is it on the next page now? UIF 700. Then they say medical aid contribution. So medical aid contribution is most going to make what I owe to the medical aid more and my expense more. UIF contribution, it's going to make my UIF contribution more, and it's going to make my UIF itself, that I owe UIF, more. You guys still with me? Skills development levy, ne? Can you see it's also not here? Now I put that ugly trading stock there. So I'm going to push it in here. Skills development levy is also going to increase with 200. Can you see the skills development and the UIF will always be the same amount? Because they are both 1% of the gross. So now, only the payment for net salary was not made. So what are they saying to you? They're saying we did pay skills development. So that's 0. We did pay pension. So now it's 0. You see what I'm doing? Okay, look here, they say only the payment for net salary was not made. So now I'm thinking, help me here. They are saying at the beginning of the adjustment, it's only these that were not posted. Okay, so it's not the 29, it will only be the 700. Nee. So we still owe pension 22.
So the ones that we added, we must
subtract, yeah. Because you owe it, you pay it. The only ones you didn't pay is the ones in the trial balance, because if you read here, they say, they are talking specifically here about the ones that wasn't posted. It's one person's stuff who wasn't posted. But this is still owed to pension. And this is still owed. Why is it? So the 17 is still owed to the medical fund. Does that make sense to you? Let's quickly talk it through. Let's talk it through. I'm going to talk it nice and slowly. So, if I look at my pension fund, can we all just agree to look at that? So my pension fund has got a balance of 2.2, meaning we owe them 2.2.
Yes.
Now they tell me, number 6, oh, there's one person we didn't bring into account. So now I need to bring that person into account. So his pension, if I look at that, is 700. Ne? That's what I owe the pension fund now from that guy's salary. His pension fund, is there a deduction? No. Right. Now they say, oh, you know, even though I didn't post this guy, I did pay everything concerning this guy. It's just his net salary that we didn't pay. So meaning I did pay the 700. You see? So what do I owe pension? You see? Can you see why I then went and I said, oh, I owe it, but I did pay it. I didn't record it, but I did pay it. You see? So the effect is 0.
And that goes for the other one as well.
And that goes for the medical aid, medical fund as well. I didn't record the deduction and the contribution, but I did pay it. You see?
I have a silly question, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay, let me just pause. No, you don't need to put it in at all.
Okay.
I just want to show you the process.
Oh.
So in the end, remember, how do we mark? I look at the final. And if the final is 2, you get your marks. If the final is not 2, I go look at what you did.
So, ma'am,
Yes,
according to this question, ma'am, these were not posted, right?
yes.
And then at the bottom it says only the net salary.
So we still need to get to that.
So the only thing we really needed to calculate was the...
So in other words, the only thing you actually really needed to see, which I need to see, is that you add the contributions. Is there STL as well? Yeah, there's a STL. You just need to, in other words, I just want to see that you add the contributions and that the salary, if I can find it, where's my other income statement? There's too many papers. Yeah. That the salary, I added that. Ne? And then I want to see my creditors for salaries. That's the only things. The only things that actually should have been in there. Okay. The other things is I'm just showing you how the posting worked, right? And why it's not in. But you won't get marks for that. Okay. Is everybody sharp? Can you see if that sentence, this thick sentence here, where is it? If that sentence wasn't there, ne? These amounts would have been different. Is everybody sharp with that? Oh, we paid it. Am I right? There was a balance for UIF. No, is that a deduction? I just want to see, is there UIF? No,
Contribution and deduction.
everything was paid. Ne? Everything was paid, so this is 0. This is 0. Creditors for salary, must I redo it?
Yes.
I think maybe we need to do more salary and wages.
I also do, and actually it's because, can I just tell you why we didn't do it? Okay, so let me redo this for you.
Okay.
So, I'm going to do T accounts because we all understand T accounts. So on this side, I'm going to do the nominal, the nominal section, and on this side, the balance sheet section. So, according to this, we have, if I look at my balances, I've got a, where is it? Where's my balances? Oh my goodness, too many papers. Where's my balances? Oh, it's there. Okay, so pension fund had a balance of 2,200. Medical aid 1,700. Meaning, I did not pay this to my workers, to the funds. Okay, I took it from their salaries, but I haven't paid it over to the funds yet. Okay. Now, I also have a balance here, nominal section, salaries, which is what? What is my salary balance? 110. Okay, I see I have medical aid and UIF. Medical aid and UIF. And I also had a SDL. Okay, so medical aid was 16,500 and 11,000. 16,500, 11,000. Where does my balances continue?
Right here.
No, that's the adjustment.
No,
That's the adjustment, trust
on
me.
this one.
Yeah, thank you. And skills development was also 1,100. Okay, so this is how my books look like. Now I come to this adjustment, and this adjustment tells me the following totals for this one worker was not posted. So now I want to go and post it, right? So I'm going to post gross salary. There we go. You see? Medical aid deduction. Ne? So now I need to remember I'm going to subtract it from the, I'm going to add it to the medical aid. Ne? But I'm going to subtract it to that which I'm going to pay to this guy. So I've got creditor for salary, ne? That 20,000, which is his gross. But I'm going to subtract the 1,300 because I need to pay it to the medical aid. And I do it from this worker's salary. See ya? Are we sharp? You guys with me? Now, next one, I see pension fund deduction. So, my pension, I'm also going to deduct from his salary and put it in as a liability. Okay? Sharp with that. Then I see payee. Payee, I'm also going to subtract and I'm going to put it into a T. I owe payee 5. Okay. Then I see UIF. So UIF, I now owe UIF 200, but I took it from his salary. Okay. Now I get to the contributions. So the contributions I don't take from his salary. I take from my profit. So the contributions for medical aid is I say, okay, I'm going to contribute 2,600, meaning I need to pay 2,600 extra to the medical aid. But it comes from my profit. UIF, I'm going to contribute 200, meaning I owe UIF now an extra 200. SDL, I'm going to owe SDL now 200, ne? But I'm taking it from my profit. So can you see, after this, my salary is 130. My medical aid contribution is 19. My UIF and STL, can you see it's exactly the same? Pension fund, I now owe the pension 2.9. I owe the medical aid, what is that? It's 3.56. I owe payee 5. Creditors for salaries, what is actually going to pay it over to this guy? What do I need to pay him? Which, by the way, I didn't. But if I have to pay him, how much am I going to pay him? You're going to say 20 less 2, it's 18. 13, it's 12.8. Can you see how much he actually gets from the 20? Okay. UIF, I owe 400. STL, I owe 200. Okay. Why isn't STL and UIF the same here?
Because you made a contribution.
Because we also deducted. Nay. This one we didn't deduct, we only contribute. Okay. So this is my book. But now they say, only the payment for net salary was not made. So from this block, not from the balances, they're not talking about the balances. From this block, everything was paid. Meaning, that 700 was paid. That 3.9 was paid. That 5 was paid, that 4 was paid, that 2 was paid. Can you guys see that? So what am I going to show in my books? Income statement, the totals, but can you see? Pension fund, only the balance. Medical aid, only the balance, because those are paid. Creditors for salary, 12.8. UIF nothing, STL nothing. So when I translate that back to my note, can you see? Let's try and make it like this that you can see both. So if I translate that, my creditors for salaries is going to be 12.8. Ne? My STL, nothing, I paid it. See, I paid it. My pension fund, only the 2.2, because I paid the 7. Medical aid, only the 1.7, because I paid those. SASH, nothing, because I paid it. UIF, nothing, because I paid it. STL, I said nothing because we paid it. Is everybody shocked now? Okay. So, provision for bad debts must be adjusted to 2% of the debtors. So, I follow my steps. I have my debtors control. What is my debtors control again? Debtors control is 56,800. Was there any adjustments concerning debtors up until now? Nothing. So now I times this with 2%. And it gives me my new provision, which is what?
No, I did this.
1. Okay, that's the new one. So the new one goes to the face of the balance sheet. So I go to the face of the balance sheet and I say, I'm going to subtract 1136 because I assume that's how much of the 56 I will not receive. Now, I'm going to subtract the old one. What is the old one?
1.
It's that 1/8. Right? So now I see my adjustment is going to be a negative. How much?
664.
And that 664 is then going to be an income. So I say provision for bad debts, adjustment, 664.
Keep getting your format.
Okay. Next one. Now number 8 happens. Can you see number 8 happens after the stock take? How do I know it's after the stock take?
Because it's in order.
Because they give you your adjustments in order. Now they say trading stock to the value of 7,000 was stolen. Insurance will pay out 5,000. So, what is my actual loss?
7,000.
What's my actual loss? They stole 7. Insurance will pay me out 5.
So you're 2,000.
Only 2,000. So when I go here, I will say loss, stock stolen,
It's lost.
or stock stolen loss, 2,000. And that would be the 7 less the 5 that we're going to get. Now, I need to transfer that 7 and 5 to my balance sheet. Now, if I go to my balance sheet, do you agree with me? I am going to subtract the 7 from the inventory because it's stolen now. It's no longer there. It was there when I counted, but it's no longer there. And the 2,000 I'm going to put with receivables because it's an accrued income. I still need to receive the 2,000 from the insurance. Okay. And now I just need to close off. So let's go. Everybody's calculators out. Let me not throw tantrums today. Calculators out.
Why are we starting here?
Oh my boy, you are so far behind with your sleepy. Income statement always. Okay, here we go. So it's 982
Yes.
less 410 gives me 572.
Yes.
I block and top. I bottomize. You guys, a lot of times what they will do is they will leave this open. So you need to write in the words. So even if you did add it, but the words are not right, you won't get a bagel. Okay. We need to block and top this one. You just get the bottom. I'm going to put it like this, that we all have everything together now. So, this is going to give me 130, 18, 710, 19.5, 5.9. What is this? 1.3. So it's going to be 3.9. 3.9. This is 1.3. It's 19. 1.3. 1.3. 900. 7.5. And now I block and top. If I block and top, I get. Remember, I'm closing the top parts, ne? So don't think this is all the expenses.
It's a lot of numbers, man.
I know. So let's see. Okay. Now to get the operating, I'm going to say gross less operating expense gives me operating profit. And that is 459,633. Interest income, interest expense, everybody with me? Are we happy with the result? Okay. Trade creditors stayed the same. There was no accrued expense. So now we need to block and top or bottomize. It doesn't matter with notes. So what is it? 12, 8 plus 2, 2 gives me 13, 15, 16, 7. Is that right? Okay. So that 81,700 is going to be transferred. Okay, there's no bank overdraft. So I can somewhat block and top this. 4, 9. Okay. Now, let's finish the face. If I go look, what is my fixed or tangible assets? 8021 100 or 00? Like that. Okay, because you guys, I think we must get a thing where we say 00. So this is why I do this thing where you say if it's 2 zeros, it's puppies. If it's 3 zeros, it's Dalmatians. Because it makes it easier. Because if you say 100, ne? Okay, so it just makes my life easier. So it would have been 8021 puppies. Okay. Not 11 puppies. Huh? Oh my word.
Yeah, they will go.
Okay, let's go on. Fixed deposit, nothing matured. So it's 40,000. It adds up. You guys. Thank you. What's my inventory? Is it 6,900? 60?
500.
Okay. Trade and other debtors. 57. Huh? 576.
664.
64. Block and top. Is that right?
No.
Okay, what is it?
1, 2, 2, 4, 6.
Okay, I take those two, it gives me my total is what? Okay, and that 964 also goes here, and can you see now I can reverse it back to capital by saying 964 less 94 less 74 gives me 795. Okay. I'm rather doing that because I don't have a drawings, which is suspicious for me. But you could have also said if I take my net profit of 325,154, it should also give you that. But I don't think it does.